Hello there, a warm welcome back to my channel. It's Asha here, and guys, I've missed you. Did you miss me? There are times when you feel that life is just getting out of control and you're losing grip of things, and that's exactly what was happening. So you've planned life in a certain way, but that doesn't always happen, right? And I felt that I needed some time to fix a few things. And what do they say? When life throws lemons at you, go and make a lemonade out of it. So I guess I was just trying to make a bloody damn good lemonade out of it. One of the good things that happened, out of all the chaos that was happening the last year, was the fact that I was able to finally finish the book that I was writing. The book is coming out soon, and I don't have a tentative date right now, but I'm sure that in the next couple of months the book is coming out. So stay tuned. I'm going to share all the details about the book's launch, release, and all the other details on my channel itself. In today's video, however, I'm going to talk about some of the books that I read in 2022, some of the best books, and why I feel that even you should be reading these books. Before we move on with the video, guys, you know what you have to do. Please click on the subscribe button and also hit on the bell icon so that you do not miss any of the notifications. So guys, the first book that I have on the list is The Rabbit and the Squirrel by Siddharth Dhanwant Sangvi. This author is a very beloved author. I love all of his books, or almost all of his books. This book, however, tops the list of all of that. This is a graphical novel, and it contains illustrations from Swedish author and artist Stina. This is the tale of two friends, a rabbit and a squirrel, as you can see on the cover itself. And it's about how they become friends, how they grow together to be really tight-knit friends, and owing to family pressures and stuff, the squirrel has to go and get married to a wealthy boar. The rabbit, however, goes and joins a monastery, and after many years, they reunite and they share all of this wisdom and experiences from life and the expectations from each other. And it's such a warm, it's a beautiful tale that is heart-tugging, and it's aching at the same time. And I'm sure that everybody who's ever been in love is going to relate with this book. So as far as the story goes, it's a beautiful story, but you know what the best part is? This is a great book for gifting. Second book that I have for you is Murder in Old Bombay by Nev March. This is a debut novel, and it's actually based on a real life story. This story unfolds in colonial India, and it's a tale of the 1892, where two sisters jump off a clock tower in broad daylight and kill themselves, or they are murdered. That kind of remains to be a mystery. What we have here is a military man who is Captain Jim Agnihotri, and he is in the hospital where he reads this article in the newspaper, and he himself is somebody who loves Sherlock Holmes and he idolizes Sherlock Holmes, and he kind of wants to probably investigate a case, or at least walk on his footsteps. So he reads this article and he decides to go and meet the widower, who is Adi. Upon a request, he decides to investigate this murder mystery. So this book is written in quite a fascinating style. It is so fast paced, and the beauty of it is how whole of Mumbai, Old Bombay is captured during colonial British India period, and how the details have been brought to the surface, and there's a critical eye to detail, and the settings and the people, right from the dialect, the attire, everything has been given such attention. And the way the story unfolds also is quite unpredictable. So everything about this book is quite fascinating. Actually, you will have a time of your life reading this book, and you kind of start to ask yourself, is this really a debut novel? Because it's kind of very fantastically done. The next book on the list, guys, is A Moon Has Blood Clots by Rahul Pandita. Now, this is a personal story. It's a memoir of the author's life. When the author was 14, and when the 1990 riots of Kashmir took place, and thousands and thousands of Kashmiri Pandits had to flee for their life. They had to leave behind everything they had dear and move out of the valley. And Rahul Pandita was one of them. This book captures exactly what happened during the riots, how it started and how it ended, and everything in between. So of course it's going to be a very heartbreaking story. It's going to be very disturbing, moving, because the details as such in this book are very disturbing, but it gives you a true account of what exactly happened, which is kind of a very dark phase in the history of India. The next book that I'm going to talk about is Blue Sky, White Cloud by Nirmal Ghosh. Nirmal Ghosh is an environmentalist and he writes all these books on nature and environment. Now this book is a collection of 3 stories, and he's written the accounts of different interactions between man and beast in out in the wild, in the open forests. 3 stories go something like this. The first one, which is on a male tusker, an elephant who grows up to become a ferocious beast of the beast of the forest, of the Indo-Malaysian forests, and how his paths keep coinciding with that of the humans, and how his life changes due to these human interactions. So that's the first story for you. In the second story, you see that there is a wildlife preserver, and how this old man comes face to face with this female leopard, and how in the course of his life rather, they keep crossing paths again and again, and how fate puts them together finally for the last time, and what will this wildlife preserver Hira do then. That's the second story for you. The third story is that of Nadia, who is a biologist, and she's studying geese, and once upon a time in her life she tagged 2 geese, one of them as Blue Sky and the next one as White Cloud, and she's come to India on a mission. She's here to research and study more about geese, and she doesn't know that she might probably come face to face with these 2 geese. Who she however meets is Vivek, who is the Indian Minister of state for the forests, and that develops a sweet friendship between them, and how their lives are now intertwined, and what's going to be the fate of this relationship that's budding between them. This is a sweet little tale about that. So this book is a collection of these 3 different tales, where again and again in each of the stories, man and beast, they come together, their worlds coincide, and what comes of it, whether it's something positive, whether that's something negative, whether it's destructive, whether there's something good that's going to come of it, all of that is said, written in a very warm, sweet, engaging style that kind of captures your heart. And the last book on the list, guys, is The Half Mother by Shahnaz Bashir. Shahnaz Bashir is a Kashmiri author, and he's written this fictional tale, which again is based on the Kashmir riots of 1991. It's the story of a mother who's lost her son during the riots, and she doesn't know whether he's alive. So it's her lifelong struggle and journey from pillar to post, trying to find out where her son exactly is. This book again has a lot of facts from that period. It talks of a lot of events that happened that made my skin crawl. I couldn't read about those, and at times I know that I even ended up crying, because you just can't fathom those kind of atrocities that people have gone through. But the harsh fact remains that all of that is truth of life for some people. I have shared all the best books that I found in the Indian literature space, and I sincerely hope that you do read them. If you want to read these books, you can buy your copies. I've shared the links in the description box below. The reviews for all of these books are there on my blog already, which is missbookthief.com. Thank you so much for being with me right till the end. I'm going to see you in my next video. Until then, be reading, be inspiring.